Welcome to Layer the Alchemist, where we discuss all things heavy metal and hard rock. On today's episode, another edition of what I call Heavy Thoughts. This is where I take a moment to share with you what's been on my mind. And what I've been thinking about lately is, are record companies taking advantage of the hardcore fans? What got me thinking about this was the latest Black Sabbath box set. You can see I have it over here, the Live Evil Super Deluxe or Deluxe Box, whatever it's called. Darren and I did a thorough discussion on that on a Sabbath Sunday that I'll link below. But in this particular box set, really the only music you're getting is just a remastered version of the Live Evil album and a remixed version of the album. Now, these haven't been released separately. The only way you can get the remix or the remaster is you have to buy the box set. I don't know if they're going to separate that at some point. I doubt it. Now, inside the box, you also get a book, a poster, reproduction of the tour program, and all. I paid $99 for the box set. But where I think that the record companies are taking advantage of the hardcore fans, it's like with this box set, I don't really want the remaster. I have no interest in the remastered version. I really only wanted that remixed version of the album. And the only way for me to get it was to buy this box set. So I basically paid $100 for one album. Yes, there's the other stuff inside the box, but and one would say, well, that's your fault. You don't have to buy it, which is exactly true. I don't have to buy this. Nobody's forcing anybody to buy these things. But we all know as hardcore fans that feeling of when something comes out and you're a hardcore dedicated fan, you want to have all the music, but they put it in a packaging, an expensive packaging, that the only way to get it is you have to buy a bunch of other stuff that you already have. Or, a good example of this before, like the box set mania, would have been like greatest hits albums where there's one unreleased song on it, or there's one slightly different song, one or two different songs. There's a live song, unreleased live song on it. So the hardcore fan already has all those songs and they have to buy this greatest hits album just to get that unreleased live song. It's the same thing with a lot of these box sets. They come with a lot of things that you already have if you're the hardcore fan, dedicated fan already, but there's something in there to try to entice you to buy this. Black Sabbath has released a couple of other box sets now. And for some of them, you could say there's enough in there to warrant the price and the extra stuff that you get. But sometimes that's not the case. And I really think that the labels are taking advantage of the hardcore fans when they do this. And I get it. They need to make money and everything. But it's starting to put a bad taste in my mouth where, like, I almost didn't buy this box set. But as everybody knows here that watches the channel, I'm a huge Black Sabbath fan. I do like the Live Evil album. I heard the remixed version because they had it on the streaming services. So I liked it and knew that, okay, I'm going to do this. There's not many bands that I would probably do this for, but Black Sabbath is certainly one of them. But again, it puts the fan in this position where it's like we feel like the label is putting us between a rock and a hard place. They're testing our loyalty. That's what it feels like. They're trying to see how far they can push us. Can we get them to buy a box set and it's only got a handful of new songs? I mean, the Dio box set that they put out for Holy Diver, I haven't bought that because I already have. I wasn't interested in the remastered version of the album. The remixed version of the album was on the streaming services, and I did really like the remix version. And there was a live show that I already had, and there were some outtakes that I don't have. But I never had a chance to hear those outtakes. I was hoping that they might pop up on YouTube. They weren't on the streaming services. And the box set was really expensive. And then when it broke down to it, I was like, all right, I'm paying for the remix and I'm paying for some outtakes. And it just didn't seem worth it to me. Although if I'm out somewhere and I see it used or at a discounted price, I probably will land up buying it. But again, it just feels like there, and I get it. Nobody, it's hard to sell physical products anymore. These record companies make most of their money off of the legacy acts. That's why you keep seeing Led Zeppelin reissues, Black Sabbath reissues, box sets and greatest hits for Journey and the Eagles, and yeah, Michael Jackson's Thriller being re-put out for the eighth millionth time. You know, they keep re-releasing the same, classic stuff from these classic bands because they know that there's a market for them. They know that the fans will go out and pay for this. Now, I'm not talking about when an artist releases an album and you can buy just the album, or you can buy a super deluxe that's got the album and a bonus disc with interviews and stuff, or you can buy a super deluxe that comes in a box with all kinds of other stuff. And I'm going to kind of make a video on stuff like that soon. So I'm not talking about that, because there you have the option there of what you can buy. Okay, I could just buy the album, and if you're hardcore and you want those outtakes or the bonus stuff, you can then shell out for that. It's when they put you in this position like the Live Evil box, where the only way to get any of this is you have to buy all of it. And like I said, this day and age, they're not making money, so they're trying to find ways to make money, but it just feels like it's abusing the hardcore dedicated fans. And for me, it's driving me to a point where I'm starting to become resentful towards it. Like, they keep coming back to this well. How many times can we get them to buy Paranoid? I'll think about it. I'm sure you could say the same thing. Whoever your favorite band is, how many copies do you have of some of their albums? How many times have I bought Paranoid, going all the way back to the first time I bought it? It's nuts. I've had it on cassette. I've had it on album, multiple copies on album, multiple copies on CD. It's crazy. And again, you could say, well, that's my fault. That's our fault for giving them our money. But it feels like they're using like they're taking advantage of our loyalty. And I just think that that's wrong. I think that they should respect the hardcore fan. They should give them the option of, okay, here's the box set. If you just want to buy the remix of the album, here's that. If you just want to buy the remaster, here's that. I'm all for giving people, if you got the money and you want to spend a lot of money on a lavish box set, go for it. But you should also, the record companies should be giving affordable options for the diehard fans that already own multiple copies of many of these albums. Okay, there's my heavy thought, heavy rant. Maybe I could have called it a heavy rant. Let me know what you guys think. I know that like a while back, I did a video on I did a poll on my channel, and I asked people about the Black Sabbath box sets. Like, I forget which one was coming out. I said, would you buy this box set? And after yes and no, the next question was, why wouldn't you buy this? And a lot of people said too expensive was like the main one. I already have the album. The bonus stuff didn't interest me. So how is it for you guys? Do you feel like the labels are taking advantage of us hardcore fans by constantly, putting out these expensive sets that we already have most of the stuff? Where are you with this stuff? Do you just not buy it altogether? Or are you like me with certain bands, you just buy everything that they put out because they're your favorite band? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Till we see you again, make sure you stay heavy, stay metal.